in honour of the Hunger Games new book coming out this week, I'm only going to be looking at Hunger Games content for this week. But instead of looking at things like characters and the stuff I usually look at, I'm going to take a step back and look at maybe some of the stuff we don't know so much about, such as the fashion in the capital. But today's video, we're going to do a rundown of District 1 to 12 and the district specialities. Let's get to it. So District 1 is luxury goods. So these things are jewelries, perfumes, and other high-end commodities. Now, we do know from the Hunger Games book and movies that these are the career tributes. These are the guys that are like trained from a young age to basically put in the arena for entertainment. District 1 does enjoy wealth and privilege, and like I said, it does make them fierce competitors in the Hunger Games, and the goods that they produce for the capital are highly valued by the residents. So that's District 1. Moving on to District 2, they are responsible for masonry and defence. So that is stone cutting, masonry and weapon production, including tools and weapons for the capital's military, which is insane because they're then using them on the districts. So yeah, I mean, that's a whole different thing, I guess. So District 2 is one of the most important districts because, as I say, they do create the weapons, but they also supply materials for construction as well as training soldiers. The citizens of District 2 are often some of the most ruthless and strongest tributes in the games. District 3 is technology. So this is electronics, technology and innovation. So this is where the scientists, the engineers and the inventors of Panem live. They specialise in creating electronics such as computers, cameras and other technological devices. Although they are one of the more progressive districts in terms of technology, they are also heavily controlled by the capital for obvious reasons. District 4 is fishing. So this is fishing including the collection of sea life and fishing equipment. So District 4 is located near the coast. The residents of this district are skilled in swimming and maritime survival. So their tributes are highly adept at water events for the Hunger Games. They also have a reputation for being one of the wealthier districts, as fishing is obviously so important in Panem. District 5 is the power generation. Not quite as cool as it sounds. So this is electricity generation, including hydroelectric and nuclear power. So District 5 is responsible for producing electricity for the entire nation of Panem. They manage the power plants and the energy production, which is vital to keeping the capital running. It's one of the more industrialised districts and it's not wealthy, so the residents do live in difficult conditions, much like those of District 6, who are responsible for transportation. So this is the construction and the maintenance of transportation, including vehicles, trains and other transport systems. So this district is known for producing vehicles for the capital, but it's also marked by its troubles with addiction, because a lot of the citizens turn to drugs to cope with their hard lives. District 7 is lumber. So lumber and wood products in general. So they're known for forestry, specialising in the logging and cutting of trees for wood products. It provides timber for building and construction, and because of this, the citizens of District 7 are highly skilled with axes and saws, making them capable and resourceful tributes, although they do live in quite harsh conditions. District 8 is our textiles. So this is clothing and textiles production. So District 8, they create fabrics, textiles and clothing for the capital and the districts. The residents work in factories, usually in poor conditions, producing materials for the capital's fashion needs. Tributes are often resourceful and quick thinking, and they use their skills with fabrics to create clever survival tactics in the games. District 9 is grain, so grain production and agriculture specifically. They're one of the primary producers of grain, which is essential for food production in Panem. The district is marked by its agricultural labour, and while it does provide food for the nation, again it's one of the poorer districts. Grain and its byproducts are sent up to the capital, but the residents of District 9 live in poverty. District 10 is livestock, so raising and breeding livestock such as cattle and other animals. So they're known for their animal husbandry and raising livestock for food, leather and other general products. The district is located in a rural area and considered to be one of the poorer districts. The tributes are typically skilled in handling animals, but this doesn't really help them and they're often at a disadvantage in the games. District 11 is agriculture. So this is including the cultivation of fruits and vegetables. So they are responsible for providing the majority of the capital's food, so fruits, vegetables and crops. The district is vast and rural, and again its citizens live in extreme poverty. The workers of District 11 live in such harsh conditions, and they're actually known for having some of the most rebellious citizens, often dissatisfied with the treatment by the capital. And the last one that we're going to do in this rundown is District 10, and as we know from the movies, they are the coal mining district. So it's coal mining and the production of energy. So District 12 is actually the poorest district in Panem, and it's known, as I've mentioned, for the coal mining operations it does. The residents of District 12 live in squalor and work long, dangerous hours to mine coal. Despite the poverty, however, District 12 produces the energy that powers much of Panem. Its tributes are usually underprepared and undertrained, making them at a disadvantage in the games. However, they are resourceful and they survive through their cleverness and their willpower, and we saw that with Katniss and Peeta in the games, and we saw how, she taught herself a lot of skills that she needed in the district, such as how to use a bow, hunt for food. She knew what berries she could and couldn't eat. She knew how to stay in a tree and to keep herself safe. So she taught herself a lot of these things, but District 12 inherently would be underprepared. So every district is key to Panem surviving, be it food or energy. But obviously the things that Panem actually value more than anything else is its luxury goods and its weaponry. The reason I say this is because the districts 1, 2 and I think 4 fishing, they are the more wealthier districts. They seem to live in better conditions than the rest of them, and these must be the things that the capital believe to be worth putting the money towards. You can kind of say, especially around the luxury goods, it's a bit vain, where you do need things a bit further down the other districts, such as clothing, grain, livestock, agriculture. They are arguably more important, but the capital don't seem to feel that way because these are the poorer districts there. But that's it for this video, guys. I just wanted to share the rundown of all the districts ahead of the new book coming out, just a bit of a refresh as to what each district does, and potentially also, as I've mentioned, how their tributes may fare in the games. Will they be prepared? Have they got certain skills, things like that. I do have the book arriving. It is release day today, so I have that book arriving. I'm going to be reading it as quickly as I can, and then I'll be doing a review on what I think of the book and how I think it's going to translate onto film, as I think that's already been promised. It's already been sort of agreed to do the film. Let me know what you think, guys, around the districts. Let me know if there's a particular district you would prefer to have lived in. Until next time, however, you take care.